Hi, welcome to Unacademy. This channel is Unacademy Future Doctors, and I am Dr. Shivangi Shukla. I welcome you all to today's session. We are currently running a crash course on biochemistry. Let me know if I'm visible and audible to all of you. Great. So we are currently running a crash course for biochemistry. I'm your educator for biochemistry. This channel is dedicated especially for MBBS Prof 1 students, where I shall be taking a lot of classes for biochemistry on two platforms. One on this channel, Unacademy Future Doctors, and the other on Unacademy App, special classes which are absolutely free. Okay, we have started with the biochemistry crash course around 1 month ago, and we have completed with the whole syllabus apart from a few topics here and there, like recombinant DNA technology, RFLP, PCR. These are the few important topics that are left. Otherwise, we have completed the whole syllabus in just about 20-25 days. Okay, now we have started with rapid revision, and this revision we'll be completing before 31st of December. That is before the new year 2022 strikes. We shall be over with biochemistry 2 times. If you follow me, if you're regular with me over these two platforms, that is Unacademy Future Doctors as well as the Unacademy app, special classes. Okay. I've studied from Lady Hardinge Medical College and MAMC, Maulana Azad Medical College. About the types of NEET PG subscription available on Unacademy. There are the subscription is of two types, that is Plus as well as Iconic. The Plus subscription comes with access to India's top medical educators, where you can access their live as well as recorded video lectures along with live quizzes. A lot of state-of-the-art technologies in the special classes where you have the raise a hand feature, and it creates a simulated classroom environment. Okay, and there is a cumulative comprehensive question bank of more than 25,000 questions which you can use for your daily practice. Okay, the Iconic subscription also comes with access to resources from Prep Ladder. Do not forget to put in the educator code, that is DRSHUKLA, which will fetch you an additional 10% discount. Okay, now today's topic is specially dedicated for you guys because we have completed with the whole of syllabus, around 99% of the syllabus. So I have taken down two important topics from each area which you should focus mostly on, which you should focus importantly. Hi Vikas. I think Vikas will be able to give in a lot of input in today's class because Vikas has been a regular and he's extremely intelligent as well, because he answers to most of the questions correctly. It's just that he has some problems with memorizing, right Vikas? Am I right? You have little bit problems and trouble with memorizing things. Otherwise, your analytical approach is very good because you can answer most questions correctly. That is what I have observed. He has been a regular student and punctual and very disciplined. So that is why he has got very great results with this crash course. And now whenever I ask for any question, whenever I ask him any question, he is always ready with the answer. Very nice, impressive. So I hope you will be regular with the revision as well, Vikas. Okay, along with the other students who are joining in. We'll quickly revise biochemistry so that the problems with memorizing, problems with recalling also, they also disappear. And we are very prompt with recalling. Okay, and this will also give you an extra edge over your peers, over your colleagues, so that you can, because anything that is visualized, that is gained, that is studied through videos, is always very fresh in your memory rather than the textbooks. Okay, and my notes are all handwritten, and I make notes from Harper and some updated I add some updated tidbits. Okay, so let us start with the high yield topics for exams. The first chapter that we have started with in our crash course was enzymes, the chapter of enzymes, and it is an extremely important chapter. Everything about this chapter is important. Okay, so of the definitions that you should focus on are, first, the definition of enzyme. Okay, now any of you who's attending the class, can any of you tell me what is an enzyme? Is enzyme a protein? Can you say that all enzymes are proteins? This is the first thing that we discussed in our class. All enzymes are not proteins. Some are what? Ribozymes as well. RNA behaving as enzymes. An example is peptidyl transferase. We read about it in nucleic acid chapter. Peptidyl transferase. Hey Uttam. Uttam is another regular in our class. He also answers all the questions correctly. Very nice, Uttam. I'm very impressed with all the regular students in our class, and I always remember their names. Vikas, Uttam, Naga, and a lot of other Asha. All these are regular in our classes. Pradeep, all these people, Pranav, they are very regular. Shivani, they are regular in our classes, and they always answer questions correctly. Okay, so I am very, very proud of them. Very good. Now, all enzymes are not proteins, rightly answered, because who are ribozymes. Okay, anyway, not go into the detail because right now we are only discussing about the topics that are important. Now you can see the definitions that I have marked are prosthetic group, very important. You can get a short note on this. Cofactors, coenzymes, the difference between prosthetic group, cofactor, coenzymes. I hope you're clear with it. Apoenzymes, holoenzymes. Okay, then enzyme kinetics, where the Michaelis-Menten equation, Michaelis-Menten constant, Dmax, D half, the graph that we had made, that we had discussed, how V half, V max and all are related. Okay, and the Hill equation, sigmoid curve for hemoglobin dissociation curve. All these things that we have discussed in enzyme kinetics are extremely important. Okay, next is enzyme regulation. Enzyme regulation, the topics like feedback inhibition, feedback regulation, allosteric effection. Allosteric effectors are extremely important. An example of allosteric effector like transcarbamylase enzyme, and hemoglobin, how hemoglobin allosteric effect exhibits what? Cooperative binding through allosteric effect. Okay, that is one molecule of oxygen when it attaches on hemoglobin increases its affinity for the other molecules of oxygen. Okay, next is what? Protein structure. Protein structure, extremely important. Definitions you should know. What are the primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structures of proteins? Okay, the different types of secondary structures, especially the secondary structures, very special focus on alpha helix and beta pleated structure, and hoops, turns and bends. Extremely special focus should be given to the secondary structure. Okay, the structure of alpha helix, the structure of a beta pleated pleat should be clear with you. You should draw it in your notebook to be clear. Okay, next is similarly from taking from the protein structure, what we have to read, the structure of hemoglobin, myoglobin and collagen. All these you should be able to draw. Okay, first you should know what the structure is. This is what? A cyclic tetrapyrrole, which is attached to ferrous iron through coordinate bonds, coordinate linkages, and this cyclic tetrapyrrole has alpha methylages. This is the description of hemoglobin. Similarly, the description of myoglobin is also similar. It is just that hemoglobin is a tetramer, that is 4 molecules, alpha 2 and beta 2, but myoglobin is a monomer. right? This is the difference. All these points are keywords in the structure. Then you should know how to draw the cyclic tetrapyrrole. Time and again we have drawn. If you have drawn with me, now you must also be adept at it. Okay, how the cyclic tetrapyrrole is drawn. Next is the structure of collagen. That is a triple helix. Thrice or more than 3 times I think we have drawn the structure of collagen. Very important, extremely important, how different linkages in the structure of collagen play with each other, along each other, to increase the stability of collagen. What is the function of glycine? What is the function of proline? What is the function of hydroxyproline? What is the enzyme that hydroxylizes proline? What is the enzyme that hydroxylizes lysine? What is the enzyme that oxidatively deaminates lysine? Lysine oxidase, right? All these enzymes, all these things, extremely important. The cofactors in different enzymes, how vitamin C and alpha ketoglutarate is a cofactor for prolyl and lysyl hydroxylase, how copper is a cofactor for lysyl oxidase, what are the deficiency diseases like scurvy, Menkes disease, extremely important, very, very important. What is the fibrillar structure of collagen? What is the meshwork structure of type 4 collagen? Extremely important. All these things. Okay. Next, the metabolic cycles. Now, another 5-star question, which earlier all of us used to be scared about, but I think those who have attended these classes, they think the cakewalk, right? Metabolic cycles are so easy, aren't they? Like for carbohydrate, we have discussed each and every cycle, and we have interlinked also all the cycles, how glycolysis and the applied aspects like the enolase enzyme in glycolysis. The enolase enzyme is inhibited by, what? By fluoride in vitro. Therefore, the RBS test, that is random or fasting blood sugar, the blood sugar test, for that the sample is collected in a grey fluoride tube. Why in a grey fluoride tube? So that this fluoride will inhibit which enzyme? Tell me guys in the comment section. Why is no one replying now? Have all of you slept or what? Have I praised you all too much? Now are you on cloud 9 or what? Come on, I need the energy in the comment section. We are going to meet each other. This is not an academic lesson, okay, but this is a strategy kind of lesson. Still, the next lesson is going to be an academic one, and I need energy, mental focus. Come on, guys, do tell me. This fluoride will inhibit the enolase enzyme in RBC, and the RBC is not going to utilize the sugar in the blood. Therefore, the sugars that are measured are true. If this fluoride was not going to inhibit the enolase enzyme, then the RBCs would be utilizing the glucose in the blood in glycolysis, and the measured glucose value in the blood would be false negative. False negative it will come, because the RBCs would utilize the sugar. Next is protein. In the protein metabolism, we have amino acid synthesis for the non-essential amino acids. Because the essential amino acids are going to be taken in by the diet. They cannot be synthesized in adequate amounts inside our body. So they have to be taken in through the diet. Therefore, whatever synthesis we are reading is for non-essential amino acids. Now again, all the essential amino acids, you should know which ones are essential amino acids. It should be ingrained inside your frontal lobe, and you should be able to recall it without my reiterating the mnemonic all the time. Okay? Just as I take the name, just as I speak up about essential amino acids, the mnemonic, whichever you're following, be it my mnemonic or any of your mnemonic, whichever mnemonic you are following, or if you are able to recall all the essential amino acids, they should play inside your head quickly within a second. Okay, this is very important, essential amino acids. Next is transamination reactions. Extremely important. No amount of stress can betray how important these reactions are. Okay, so transamination reactions, how they are reversible. Examples of transamination reactions. What is the definition? That is conversion of an amino acid to a keto acid and back, vice versa. Okay. For lipids, beta oxidation of fatty acid, 5-star. What is activation? Use of carnitine. Carnitine, I have told you in a lot of classes about carnitine. The mnemonics chapter also, revision also, in beta oxidation chapter also, how carnitine is used. Okay. Next is ketogenesis. This is another 5-star question. Ketogenesis, you should read along with cholesterologenesis because a lot of enzymes are similar. Like HMG CoA is present in both. It is just that this is extra mitochondrial outside the mitochondria, and this is mitochondrial. This is occurring in the mitochondria. Okay, next about bile salts, primary bile salts, secondary bile salts, how they are synthesized from cholesterol. What is the fate of bile salts? Which bile salts enter enterohepatic circulation and which are excreted? All these things extremely important. Lipoproteins, the storage and the transport form of lipids. Lipoproteins, very important. VLDL, LDL, HDL, chylomicrons, extremely important. How they are formed, what are their receptors, and what are their functions. Very important. Next, glycogen and lipid storage disorders. At least you should know the names and the enzymes involved so that you can know about a few of their symptoms. Very important. Glycogen and lipid storage disorders. Next is heme metabolism, extremely important. The structure of heme, cyclic tetrapyrrole, if you guys would remember, cyclic tetrapyrrole ring, how different porphyrins are synthesized, allosynthetase enzyme, and allosynthetase enzyme, and which enzymes are present in the mitochondria, which are present in the cytosol. Ferrochelatase enzyme that comes at the last, that attaches iron, ferrous to the tetrapyrrole ring, cyclic tetrapyrrole ring, and the different types of porphyrias that occur due to dysfunctional enzymes. Okay. Next is nucleic acids. Okay. Now these nucleic acids, they are we have tonight what we are going to do is we are going to after this class we are going to have a revision of translation over this channel only. We are going to revise translation. So all of you who have not attended the lectures or who have attended the lectures can please join in so that we can quickly revise translation. And for those of you who haven't revised DNA synthesis and transcription, we have a special class absolutely at 10 p.m. tonight on Unacademy special classes, where you can look that up on the Unacademy app. Okay, you can download the Unacademy app. Go to the NEET PG section. Look for Shivangi Shukla, that is me. If they ask for an invite code, you can put in DRSHUKLA, invite code, and through this invite code you can enter the unlock the session, and this is absolutely free. The session is absolutely free, special class at 10 p.m. on Unacademy app. Okay. Alright, got it? Now, for nucleic acids, what we are going to read is what is most important is the structure of DNA. How it forms a nucleosome, what is a histone, what types of histones are involved in a nucleosome, okay, how many base pairs coil around a histone octamer, what all histones are involved in the octamer, what is a euchromatin, what is heterochromatin, what is facultative heterochromatin, like bar body. Okay, what is constitutive heterochromatin, like centrosome and telomere. Centromere and telomere. Okay. Vikas is asking, ma'am, why headache occurs? Because are you getting headache from my class? This is so abrupt. In between the class, Vikas is asking why headache occurs. Vikas, are you demeaning the class? Are you saying, are you implying that my class gives you a headache? Is it so? Attending my class gives you a headache? This was abrupt and unexpected. In between the class, while we are discussing the high yield topics, Vikas is implying this class is giving him a headache. Right? Hai na, Vikas? Is it so? So the thing is, this purine and pyrimid. Okay. So DNA structure we have discussed. All these things we have dedicated a special class to this DNA synthesis. It's a class on DNA synthesis. Anyway, if you are not aware of that, if you have not attended that class, you can attend the class tonight on Unacademy special class. We are going to have a revision of this only. Okay, Unacademy special classes. Next is purine, pyrimidine metabolism, the structure of purine and pyrimidine, very important, the structure of purine and pyrimidine. Okay. Next is DNA replication, very important. All the enzymes involved, the replication fork, the origin of replication region, the definitions you should know. Different enzymes involved, their functions you should know. When they come into play. Okay. And how does it proceed? What are Okazaki fragments? What is the lagging strand? What is the leading strand? Okay, all these things. Sometimes headache occurs not from class. Okay, Vikas, this we'll discuss. Let us first concentrate on this strategy of the high yield topics. Then sometime in a different class we'll discuss. Okay, the physiology behind headache. Okay, there are a lot of neurotransmitters involved. There are a lot of mechanisms involved for headache, different types of headache, Vikas. A lot of types of headache are there. So we can classify. Okay, if you want, I can put up a class on this for you. Okay, how and why headache occurs. Different types of headaches that are involved, but that will mostly be focused on physiology. Now, since we are only concentrating on biochemistry here, we'll take up this sometime. Okay, how headache occurs. We'll take this up in some class. Different types of headaches, the physiology behind different types of headaches. All right. Now, this the DNA replication we have considered. What all topics to be done? Like, and one very important thing is the proofreading. The proofreading mechanisms are very important. Functions of DNA polymerase, very, very important. Okay, the repair mechanisms, DNA repair mechanisms, 5-star question. DNA repair mechanisms, 4 types of repairs, very, very important. Okay, next is transcription. Transcription, again, the enzymes involved in transcription, the function of RNA polymerase, the structure of prokaryotic RNA polymerase, very, very important. Okay, different transcription factors, very important. And next is what is the template strand, what is the coding strand. Okay, what is the promoter region, what is the termination region, what is the transcription unit. These definitions should be aware of them. They can be asked in short notes. Next, translation, extremely important translation. In the next class we'll be revising about translation. What are we going to see? We are going to consider different translation, eukaryotic initiation factors, eukaryotic elongation factors, releasing factors, different factors involved in translation, and the mechanisms. Okay, and the structure of tRNA, cloverleaf structure, extremely important. Okay, and lastly we have gene expression regulation, the operon concept, the motifs, different types of regulations, different types of responses towards positive and negative regulations. What is a cistron? What is a subunit? What is an operon? All these definitions you should know for short notes. Okay, and for next is the miscellaneous topics that involve immunology. They involve the structure of immunoglobulins, very, very important. Okay, class switching, definition of class switching, very, very important. Next is the hormones. We have discussed about different structures of different hormones, PTH, insulin, Others like thyroxine. Thyroid hormones are very important. Thyroid hormones. Okay. Then liver function tests, kidney function tests. All these things extremely important. Okay. And there are a few other miscellaneous topics like xenobiotics and all, which we'll be taking up in the next classes. Okay, so now I hope you guys have understood, have got the gist of what all things to focus on while preparing, and this is how we shall be going about our revision classes. That is why today especially I took up this topic, so that before embarking upon our revision, to at least know how we should go about. There should be a plan inside our head as to how we're going to proceed with our revision. Okay guys, then let us conclude this topic here, and we'll meet in a few minutes for translation. That is a revision class, translation. Okay, at 8 p.m. we are going to meet on the topic for starting with translation. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for your patient hearing. Bye bye, see you soon.